Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make a request of the Liverpool telescope using the National Schools Observatory's website. Now the first thing to note is that in order to do this you will need to be registered with us. So if you haven't yet created a free account, just go ahead and click the little register link at the top in order to do so. And once you've done that, you're then able to log in. And we do need to be logged in order to use the telescope. So I'm very quickly going to enter my details. And in doing so, you'll notice that those two links have now changed. We've got a messages section and we've got the My Account section. So if you can see your name followed by account, it means you're logged in and ready to go. Now, in order to make observations, we need the Go Observing section of the website. But as you can see by mousing over, I get two further options. One is My Observations, which is the part of the website that stores my previous requests. So if I wanted to download any or check the status of any, then that's where I would go. Alternatively, I could click Using Go Observing, which would take me to a help section of the website, which hopefully will explain the same as what this video will. In order to make a new request, however, we just simply click Go Observing. So that's what I'm going to do. And in doing so, it's now asking me, what kind of object would I like to observe? So obviously if it was a galaxy, I'd click the Galaxies section. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to make a request for an observation of the planet Neptune. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Planets section. And again, I've got some further options, but you'll notice that these have got little icons next to them, and I'd just like to explain what those mean very briefly. So the eye is essentially telling me that this option is simply for an observational request from the telescope. Whereas the little pencil icon, whilst it might involve requesting observations from the telescope, the pencil icon is telling me that it's going to be linked to an investigation or an activity in some way. So if you wanted to explore those, please feel free. But again, for the purpose of this video, I just want to make an observation of the planet Neptune. So I'm going to go ahead and click Observe a Planet. And it's now asking me, essentially, which planet do I want? Obviously, the classification is down here, and they're all planets, because that's the section of the website we're in. So it's a case of selecting which planet. But you'll notice on the right-hand side, we've tried to give you some guidance of the sort of chance of success. So I'll briefly explain how to use this. So at the top, we've got a timeline. So on the left-hand side is present, and as we go towards the right, we move further forward in time. And the corresponding chart tells us the chance of success. So a sort of very dark part would mean a poor chance of observing, whereas a very bright part of the chart would indicate an excellent chance. So, for example, Venus has got pretty much black across its whole chart for the next 12 months, which would correspond to a poor chance of observing. So chances of me getting an observation back if I requested Venus any time in the next 12 months is going to be very, very slim indeed. However, we're after Neptune, and as we can see at present, it corresponds to a sort of reasonable to good chance. So we're in luck here. However, if we leave it much later, it's going to correspond to a poor chance. So if we wanted to take an observation of Neptune in the next few months, now is really the time to do it. If we've got a bit longer to play with, as you can see, the chart corresponds to a sort of very good to excellent chance round about October of 2018. So let's go ahead and select Neptune, since we have a reasonable chance of it observing. And it's now sort of at the confirmation point where it's giving me the details of the observation that I'm about to request. As yet, I've not submitted anything. Until I hit the Submit Observation button at the bottom, no information has been sent to the telescope. It's asking me to confirm. So yes, we want Neptune. It's then showing me the details of the exposure time, the instrumentation, etc., which it's done for me. And again, it's giving me this chart just as a sort of last warning that yes, it's not an excellent chance, but equally it's not poor. It's a sort of reasonable chance at the moment. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and make that request. So I'm going to hit Submit Observation. And that's it, it's now done. So I've been given a unique code, and in the next few hours it will be sent to the telescope, and hopefully in the next day or two I'll get my observation back. So if we just very quickly mouse over Go Observing and go to My Observations section, we can see at the top of our list is the observation we've just made. So it's showing as a status submitted because we've just done it. In an hour or so, it will be sent to the telescope like this one that I've sent previously. In fact, as you can see, it was only requested about 15 minutes ago, so it's already been sent to the telescope. Once it's been observed and we've had success, that